beautiful weirdos, it's Charlotte here, welcome back to Pretty Scary, and if you haven't already subscribed then you may want to do so because I've got lots of exciting tutorials coming up. Today is another one of my 31 days of Halloween. I had to take a bit of a break from filming, a week or so, because I had tonsillitis, which wasn't very pleasant, but I'm back. And today I am filming an Instagram baddie. Now for those of you who don't know what an Instagram baddie is, it's a girl who always looks absolutely perfect and classy, and her makeup looks completely immaculate, her hair always looks immaculate, her clothing is a mixture of kind of classic pieces and street style, and she just looks stunning. So just Google it, you'll see what I mean. But I'm doing a bit of a twist on the Instagram baddie because when I think of baddie I think of evil. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. So first of all I'm going to start off with the pretty Instagram baddie. So if you want to learn how to make yourself look on fleek, yeah, that's me getting down with the kids, then watch the first bit, and then if you want to make yourself look scary, watch the second bit, or watch both. Whatever you want. Anyway, I'm going to stick on my scary stories and I'm going to make a start. Oh, and don't forget as well, Edward, my misshapen bear, is somewhere in the shot at some point in his Halloween costume, so please comment down below and say where he is and what he's wearing today. Starting with the base and then just applying a base to my lids. This is the Benefit one, just to help the colours really pop and stay on. And then applying a light flesh tone shade all the way over that just to set it. And then some powder just to be extra sure. I'm using Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Right, I decided to try out the masking tape trick because I've never tried it before, so I thought I'd give it a go, and do you know what, I actually loved it. I wasn't expecting to, but I did. Anyway, I'm starting off with a very light kind of taupey coloured transition shade, and just putting that all the way in the crease. And yeah, it's great having this tape because you just don't have to worry about your eyeshadow going where you don't want it. So yeah, just applying that transition shade and then blending with a big fluffy brush, and then applying a slightly deeper shade to, again, the socket line, but not going quite as far up as that transition shade. Yeah, I've always kind of dismissed this tape thing as kind of the lazy, easy way out, but yes, how wrong I was. I loved it and it created great results. Now going in with a slightly darker shade just at the outer edge of that socket line and blending, obviously. And then a dark purpley shade just at the outer edge and just going down to join the lash line and blend. Liquid liner. Now this is where the tape really comes into its own because you can get a really sharp, nice line. Look at that, the easiest wing ever. And voila. Love it, love it. Right, a dark brown to fill in my brows. For an Instagram baddie you want very well defined, quite full brows. And then going in with some Laura Mercier Secret Concealer underneath and on top of the brows, just to, you know, really define them. Blending that out. Look at those brows. Normally my brows take me like 2 seconds. And then just going in with a lighter shade underneath the brows just to set that concealer. And then taking a firm brush and just going in with that transition shade underneath to make the whole look cohesive, and then the deeper shade on top of the transition shade. Curling the lashes, add in the mascara, And then it's on to the, I was going to say contrast, that's not what it's called. My mind has gone completely blank. But anyway, first of all, before I did that, I moved on to the under eye concealer. I'm doing the under eye concealer after I've done the eyeshadow, because if there was any fallout, then it didn't matter then. Wouldn't ruin my under eye concealer. Bit of Laura Mercier's Secret Concealer in any areas that I need. Secret brightening powder. Yes, and it's on to contouring. I've remembered what it's called, contouring. I don't normally contour, so it's just gone clean out of my mind. So I'm just contouring underneath the cheekbones and the jawline and the forehead. Way more contouring than I normally do. The extent normally is just under the cheekbones. And then highlighting cheekbones, end of nose, top of upper lip, and in between the eyebrows. Again, way more highlighting than I normally do. False eyelashes, obviously. Taking my favourite Roach by Urban Decay, I'm just lining the lips. Slightly overlining. And then going in with a neutral coloured matte liquid lipstick. Just covering up that lash band. So I'd stick my light on because it's extremely dark outside because there's a thunderstorm. Anyway, on to the scary part. Sketch out where you want your torn away pieces to be with an eyeliner or a lip liner. I chose around one eye and around one side of the mouth, and then remove the makeup inside those areas. I'm painting these all in grey. You can do your monster whatever colour your heart desires. I'm just using water-based face paints here. And now I'm starting to sketch out the detail of my monster with a black water-based face paint. So I'm just doing a lot of texture around the eyes, a lot of kind of, you know, gnarly wrinkles and a furrowed brow, that kind of thing. And then around the mouth, I'm doing this big open mouth with really long, sharp, pointy teeth. Again, you can do yours however you want to do it. You do you. And I'm just painting in those teeth with some white water-based face paint. Change of light here. The weather was appalling that day, so please excuse the change of light and video quality throughout this tutorial. Right, just highlighting the upper part of that monster eye, and then just adding some more details in with a black eyeliner. I wasn't quite in shot there. And then darkening up that eye and that mouth area. It does help if you get a reference of a monster to have a look at. Right, I'm just going into the gums, painting them pink, and then going in with a deeper pink to add some depth near the lash line, the tooth line, gum line. And then painting the darker pink up into the face to look like it's cracking open. And then adding some dark black smoky eyeshadow to define those edges. Doing the same with the eye area and doing some cracks going up from that as well. You basically want it to look like your face is kind of cracking open to reveal this monster underneath. And any areas that are near the skin flaps, for want of a better word, they will be darker, because obviously they'll be casting a shadow on the monster underneath. So just darken those with your dark eyeshadow and blend. And then blend some of that dark eyeshadow around the edges of those skin flaps too to add some dimension. And blend with a big fluffy brush. It would seem that I forgot to turn my camera on for the last half an hour or so. So what you have missed is that I have been shading around the edge of the peeled bits like you saw in the last bit before I turned the camera off to turn the light on because it was raining. Liquid liner, and drew some cracks and accentuated the darker areas inside the peeled bit to deepen those shadows up. I then took a mix of yellow and brown and just stippled that colour around the eye to give a little bit of a difference in tone so it wasn't just all black and grey and white. the white, and I use that to highlight all of the bags and lines and creases and monstery bits. So basically I painted it on with this little brush, and then I blended them out with this little brush and just built out the highlights. To show you that on a bit of the gums, because I did the same on the gums, so just paint a little bit on with the brush, and then if you want that highlight a bit more intense, just go back over and dot down with your finger. I also use the thinner brush and just pure white to paint some finer teeth on. So yeah, I just went over the teeth. I'll have to stop talking while I show you this bit because clearly it moves my mouth. Now I would recommend using an artist brush because they tend to be finer than even the finest makeup brushes that you can get. I also did some kind of lines going to and from the teeth, which are like kind of lines of saliva. And I also use the fluffy brush and a smoky grey just to blend some grey onto the outer edge there. I'll do a little bit more now just to show you. Just where it'd be more in shadow because that part of the monster mouth is a little bit further back. Okay. I mixed the brown that was on the back of my hand that I'd used to add some texture and colour. So I've got paint on my desk. Mix some of the brown that was left over from putting the texture on the eye area with some white to get almost like a kind of a skin tone, and I'm just using that to just highlight little portions of the... No, it wasn't one of my better ideas, was it? Because that was grey. Just using that to highlight little portions of the peeled away bits. And that was as far as I got, so I shall carry on now that the camera's actually on. Continuing on with the highlight of those fluffy skin bits. Oh, what a lovely turn of phrase, fluffy skin bits. And then I'm just going in with a kind of a dark pinky toned blush just to make the skin look a bit irritated because, let's face it, it would be. Right, beauts, this is the finished scary Instagram Baddie, and my skin is torn away probably by these massive claws to reveal the monster inside. This video, please give it a big thumbs up because that really helps me out. The more thumbs up you give the videos, the more YouTube shares my channel, which means that I will start to actually earning a living from this, which means I can carry on making the free content for you. So please hit the thumbs up, it's free, it takes you a split second. Also please subscribe because then you can see more of this kind of wonderful weird stuff. I was about to say S-H-I-T, but we're not allowed to swear anymore on YouTube. So yeah, and don't forget to say down below where you saw Edward the misshapen bear, if you did indeed spot him, and what Halloween costume he was wearing today. And I shall see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all.